to write on the thingy, on the screen?
It's best on the screen. Otherwise, on a book, I'm not sure how you're going to do it, but yeah, no, it's best if you do it on the screen, just like we do on the other lessons.
No problem, sir.
Make the whole.
Hello, Busi. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Am I audible? Hello? Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. I'm going to be sharing my screen. So today we're gonna be looking at perimeters and areas. So yeah, 2 minutes. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Is it visible? All right. So I am Tyrone and I'm one of the tutors. So today we're gonna be looking at areas and perimeters for
Tata hapa ndifuna ulungisa enye into kuve. Tata hapa ndifuna ulungisa enye into. Hayi, awu. Ngitheni mdala? Hello. Hello. I don't hear voices beside my side. Hello, ma'am, you muted my microphone. Can you please?
Okay, guys. it looks like Mem was not able to connect, but otherwise it's fine. I will take it over from here. So let's see. Who is this? Ayanda Mtwazana. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here, you sir.
Okay, 100%. You won't need to turn on the video on your side. I'm going to share my screen. Then everyone will be seeing on my screen what we're going to be doing. I see everyone is able to see you, but you're not able to see everyone else. So it's fine on your side. You can just turn off the camera. Let me see. Are you able to get that message, Atayanda? Atayanda, did you get the message?
Hello?
Did you get the
Hello, sir.
message? Yes, were you able to hear me?
What is the message?
So
Yes, I'm
you
here.
can,
What is the message?
so you can turn off the video on your side.
Turn off, okay.
Yeah, so it's fine. You won't need to turn it off. You can just leave it turned off. What I'm going to do on my side, it is to share my screen so that everyone will be seeing what we are going to be doing. I'm just opening here my whiteboard and we're going to continue shortly. So Mem Tyrone was supposed to take you guys on today's lesson. It's unfortunate. It looks like she's having some issues with the network. So I'm then going to be taking over. Luckily, I know what she was supposed to be doing with you guys. Let me quickly check. Okay, looks like Mem has joined. Okay, then it's fine. Let me try to hand over to Mem
Okay.
so that she can take over.
Currently using
Kenapa?
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I hear you, ma'am.
Abo chokuthulwa apha jo. Abo chokuthulwa apha.
Okay, then it's fine. It's fine. I will then take over. It looks like we're going to have a challenge with the network on the MEM side. So let me just verify. One thing for sure, you are not able to see my screen. I'm about to share it now. Let's see, start a broadcast. Okay, I'll just need one of you guys to confirm if you are able to see my screen. Then from there, straight away, we will continue with the lesson for today. So let's see, guys, anyone who's able to confirm if you can see my screen on your side so that we can start with the lesson. I'll just ask all of you guys to unmute so that you can let me know if all is clear on your side.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's clear, sir. It's clear on my side.
Okay, 100%. Then it's fine. So I'm just going to mute all and then say no there, just so that we are not being disturbed by the background noise. I will make a Manahil Rizvi the co-host, just in case if I'm disconnected or for some reason, in case if I'm starting to break. Manahil, you know what to do, honorable member. You will just let me know in that case. Okay, so honorable members, a very warm welcome to our lesson for today, where we are going to be looking at the areas and the perimeters of 2D shapes. I'm well aware that you guys might be aware of how a 2D shape looks like. So for now, I think the best thing to do is just to look at each shape. The first shape that we can look at is a square. So it is a 2D shape that I'm going to be drawing, and then we will derive the formula for the perimeter and the formula for the area. I think it might be best to just start off with those simple ones, and then at a later stage, we will do some complicated problems. So remember, guys, just in case if it happens that you do not understand, you can just comment in the comment section, say, I've got a question or I do not understand. When the time is right, I will get to that message and check with you where you might need assistance. So number one, let's start with a square shape. So I will very quickly just draw a square shape there. I'm pretty much sure that you guys know what a square shape is. A square shape, it is that shape which has 4 sides and all those 4 sides are equal. So we indicate that way to show that all the sides are equal. Obviously, we know that this is a 90-degree angle, a 90-degree angle, 90 degree, 90 degrees. One thing for sure, it has 4 sides and all the 4 sides are equal. So just to keep it simple, let's refer to the sides as S. Meaning, if we have to derive a formula, the S will be referring to the sides. So meaning we have side 1, side 2, side 3, side 4. The question now is, what is a perimeter? After knowing what is a perimeter, let us then try to formulate the formula that we are going to use to calculate the perimeter of a square. So a perimeter, it is the sum of the outer boundaries, the outer boundary lengths of a 2D shape. So in short, when you calculate the perimeter, you just add all the outer sides. Perimeter, which is represented by letter P. Maybe let me shorten it so that I've got enough space for the area. Let's see. perimeter. Then I will make use of that space. Okay, then when it comes to calculating the perimeter, which is represented by capital letter P, how are we going to calculate the perimeter of this square shape? So we will say perimeter P will be equals to the definition of a perimeter. It is the sum of the outer boundary lengths of a 2D shape, meaning just add all the outer lengths of that shape. How many lengths are we having for that shape? It's 4 of them. Meaning we're going to take a, let's say, length number 1, we plus it with length number 2, we plus it with length number 3, we plus it with length number 4. But remember, I said let's refer to this as the sides, meaning we have side 1, side 2, side 3, side 4. So in short, it means the perimeter of a square will therefore be equals to, you take side 1, you plus it with side 2, you plus it with side 3, you plus it with side 4. You end up having how many sides? 4 sides. So this is now our formula for calculating the perimeter of a square. It is just 4s, the s for sides. Without wasting much of our precious time, honorable members, let us now discuss how we calculate the area represented by capital letter A, the area of that shape being a square. I think this one, it's an easy one because we know very well that the area is equals to the side multiplied by the side. So in this case, remember, we said we'll be having side number 1, meaning we're going to multiply it by side number 2. So since a square has got equal sides, that is why we will just make a conclusion to say it is actually equals to side squared. The squared comes from you having that side and also that side, obviously, to the power 1 to the power 1. You are multiplying the same bases, you add their exponents. That's where that 2 is coming from. So if you'll remember the lesson that you did with ma'am, the previous lesson regarding the loss of exponents, that's what I've applied in that case. So now I'm about to move on to a rectangle. Maybe let me move on to this shape. And then from there, I will be taking some questions in case if you guys will be having some questions. So a rectangle, yes, it is a rectangle that I want us to discuss. So let me just divide that into 3. Okay, a rectangle. Obviously, a rectangle in terms of a 2D shape, we are looking at something looking like that, where this side will be equals to that side. And then this side will be equals to that side. So that means in this case, it is not all the sides being equal, but the opposite sides are equal. And again, we still have those interior angles still being 90 degrees. So the long side, let's refer to that as the length, and then the shorter side, let's refer to that as the breadth. So now let's discuss the perimeter. I hope you guys still remember the definition of the perimeter. You just add all the outer lengths. That is the shortest and simplest way to explain the perimeter. You add all the outer or all the outside lengths. So if we have to add all those sides, trust me, we can therefore refer to this one as length number 1. This is going to be length number 2, breadth number 1, and then breadth number 2. So if we have to calculate the perimeter, we're going to have length number 1. We can plus it with that breadth number 2, plus it with length number 2, plus it with breadth number 1. It doesn't really matter that much how you label those, as long as you've got this side, that side, that side, and that side. It's 4 sides. So maybe just to keep it simple, we can say we have 2 lengths, that one and that one. So we can just say we have 2 lengths that we plus them with 1, 2, 2 breadths. Why not take out these 2 as common factor? Meaning the general formula will be the perimeter of a rectangle will be equals to 2 into length plus breadth. This is therefore the formula for calculating the perimeter of a rectangle. Remember, guys, this is just an introduction to show you how we derive those formulas for calculating the perimeters of those shapes together with the areas. Towards the end of this lesson, we're going to look at examples where we try to solve some problems, meaning we are going to apply these formulas. So I will go back to the previous slides where you guys will take a screenshot so that you can have the formula for that shape. So without wasting much of our precious time, let's now discuss the area. How do we calculate the area for a rectangle? Not that much complicated. We just say area, it is equals to the length you multiply by the breadth. It is as simple as that when it comes to that formula. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to this slide. I'm just going to count down in 5 for you to take a screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go to this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I did hear the sound of a screenshot. Let's see what's happening there. You request. No. Let me deny that because I'm recording the lesson on my side. So just in case if you're going to need it, then I will share the recording. So now let's see. I'm going to ask all of you guys to unmute just in case if you're having some questions for me. So let's see, guys. Are we still okay at this point, or anyone who's got a question? Let's see. Guys, are we okay up to this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No questions. Okay. Then it's fine. Remember, guys, I'm preparing you to the problems that we are going to be solving by applying all this information that I'm taking you through now. So now let's see. Okay, let's move on to a triangle. Remember, guys, a triangle, it is that shape that has 3 sides, 3 angles. The previous 2 shapes had 4 sides, but when it comes to a triangle, I'm sure all of you guys know how a triangle look like. So just to keep it simple, maybe let me draw something like that. Yes, I'll just draw something like that. Let's name this side to be A. We can maybe label that one to be B, and then this one is C. You might need to remember that a triangle, obviously, there's that angle there, which is 90 degrees. And we call from that point there towards there, where the angle is 90 degrees, we refer to that as the perpendicular height. Okay, so now let's discuss, honorable members. If you guys remember, we said when it comes to the perimeter, we add the outer sides. Meaning, in this case, if we had to find the perimeter, we would have to take this side, plus it with that side, then plus it with that side. Not the inside length, never the inside length, but only the outer. Okay, I hope you guys got that part. So that means we've got A, let's say being side 1, we can say B being side 2, we can say C, it's going to be side 3. When it comes to that H, honorable members, that H, it is the perpendicular height. Just be aware it is the perpendicular height. Now, I think it is clear in terms of how we are going to calculate the perimeter of that shape being a triangle. It is as easy as you think, honorable members. We just say the perimeter will be equals to, you just add all the sides, meaning you take side A, you plus it with side B, you plus it with side C. The sum of those, it is your perimeter for that shape. Now, when it comes to the area, it is that area that you know, honorable members, which says the area of a triangle, it is equals to half that you multiply it by the breadth, that you multiply it by that perpendicular height. So that perpendicular height, you actually use it when you calculate the area and not necessarily when you do anything related to the perimeter. I hope you guys get that part. So now, very quickly, let's look at the last shape, and then from there, we're going to be looking at some examples that we're going to work out. So guys, you might need to remember that this is in preparation to some more complicated problems that you guys are going to be dealing with. So to some of you, you might need to take this as a revision, and some of you, it might be some new things that you are dealing with in today's lesson. So the 2D shape that we're going to be looking at in this case, it is a circle. That circle that you know, honorable members, it is the one that we're going to be looking at. A circle which is drawn like that. Obviously, from the center to wherever, it is your radius, represented by R. But in a situation where you've got that circle and then you've got the center there, then you have a line from the circumference passing through the center and then to the other circumference. We refer to that as D, being the diameter. I'm pretty much sure that you guys are well aware of this information. So we have R being the radius, and then we've got D. Sometimes they can say this is RR, meaning it is radius, and then they call it radi. Yeah, I think they call it radi. Otherwise, the diameter. So radi would mean 2 radius. Okay, it's fine. Let's now discuss the perimeter. What is therefore the perimeter formula for the circle? I remember, honorable members, I was at tertiary level where I had to find out the simplest way to remember the perimeter of a circle. So let's see. How am I going to explain this one? I just don't want to straight away give you the formula, but I want to show you guys how I cramped the formula. Maybe let me skip this part of the perimeter, and then we come to this part of the area, then you will understand how I cramped how to calculate the perimeter. Remember, the area of a circle that we know most, area is equals to pi r squared. I'm pretty much sure that all of us, we know the area of calculating a circle. So when looking at that formula, honorable members, you see these two. If you take this two and put it there in the front, automatically you have created the formula to calculate the perimeter of a circle. That's how I crammed it. That's how I crammed it, by comparing the area formula versus the perimeter formula of a circle. Then I could notice that if I take the area formula and then I just start with that 2, so that means it's going to be 2 pi r. That's it. That's it. The simplest way to claim it, honorable members. Just in case if you've got a question where you need to calculate the area for the perimeter and you don't have that area, just remember not the area but the perimeter. Just remember the area formula and then work it out to derive the perimeter formula. Sometimes your teacher might say the formula for the perimeter is equals to pi d. Still the same thing, honorable members. Why is it the same thing? It's because on this formula, 2 of r's is the same as radii. It is r1, r2 there. 2 of them are called radii, otherwise diameter. So that is why that pi there remains. And then instead of you saying 2r, if you like, you can just say d, because you know that d is actually a 2r's. That's it, honorable members. That's all that I wanted to take you through regarding those shapes and their formulas for the perimeter and the area. So now it is that time where we need to look at some examples and try to work them out. So now let's see. I'm just going to unmute all of you guys and check if you've got some questions for me. So let's see. Ask all to unmute. Guys, any questions for me, or are we okay up to this point? Katleo, are we okay there, honorable member? Any questions? Alice, are we okay?
Yes, sir.
Nomcebo, Busisiwe,
Yes, sir.
Katleho, Makali,
Yes, sir.
Neotaku, Toris. Guys, are we all okay?
Yes,
Are
sir.
you
Yes,
sure?
sir.
Ningasabi. Ningasabi, honorable members. Okay, then it's fine. I'm just going to assume that we are all okay up to this point. So now let's have a look at some examples or exercises that we might need to work out. Maybe let's start with a simple one, honorable members, just so that you've got an idea of where we are going and what we are trying to achieve. So 1.1, what they want you to do, it is to calculate or find the area and the perimeter of these shapes. The first one being this shape. And you are being given a 40 millimeters there, and then this side you are given 15 millimeters. What is it that they want you to calculate? The perimeter and the area. So maybe let me work it out, honorable members. Let me work out this one. So let's see the perimeter for this shape without me having to refer to this slide. I just need to be aware that when it comes to the perimeter, I just add all the sides. And what I know is that this side is equals to that side. That means this one also is equals to 40 millimeters. That side must be equals to that side. That's what I know about a rectangle. So that means the perimeter, it is going to be that 40 that I add with 15, I add it with 40, I add it with 15. So the answer that I'm getting, it's going to be in millimeters, because all these sides or lengths are given in millimeters. So that means in this case, the formula that I used, it was that one to say I'm going to take length 1 plus it with length 2, length 3, and then length 4. Doesn't really matter that much in terms of how you formulate, as long as you understand exactly what you're trying to do. Another one would have said perimeter is equals to 2 lengths plus 2 breadths. It also doesn't matter, honorable members, as long as you've got an understanding of what you're trying to achieve. So the answer for this one, just comment in the comment section and write 1.1 or text 1.1, just say whatever value millimeters. That's when you add all of those. Okay, let's now get to the area. So when it comes to the area, I know that it is going to be length that I must multiply by breadth, meaning it is going to be 40 that I must multiply by 15. And then the answer that you get, you can just say millimeter squared. So in your case, just say mm2, meaning millimeter squared. That would be the area for that shape. So in the comment section, it means you're going to say 1.1, and then you say P for the perimeter is equals to whatever you get when you punch that. Then you say A, it's equals to whatever that you get when you punch that. So let me quickly check. Remember, guys, no time to waste, honorable members. You need course. Yeah, let's see. Okay. 110, okay, 110, 110, and then we've got 600 square meter. Okay, it looks like we are still together up to this point. Then it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Let's move on to the next shape very quickly. Let me try look at or check something which is, or something which could be, okay, maybe very quickly, let's do 1.2. So 1.2, we are given this shape, and what they did was that, and then this is the center, and then they said from there to there, it is 10 centimeter. Remember, it is the perimeter and the area that we need to calculate. So when it comes to the perimeter, honorable members, remember the perimeter for a circle, if you remember, I said you just start with 2 and then you say pi, then you say r. If you like, you can just say a pi d. So it just depends on what information are you given there. So when I look at that, the information that I'm given is D. So let me just use that formula. That means if I was given R and not D, I was going to use that one. So that will mean the perimeter is equals to, I would just say pi. You know pi most on your calculator. Then you can just say multiplied by 10. Then the answer that you get, it has to be in centimeters. It will be whatever centimeters. So in the comment section, say 1.2 and then say P is equals to this. Don't say 1.2, then you write 17 because it looks like it's 1.217. Say 1.2, then P standing for the perimeter is equals to whatever answer that you get. So when it comes to the area, we know that the area of a circle, it is pi r squared. Pi, okay, what is r? So if the diameter is 10, that means r is 5. R is 5. It is half of the diameter, always half of the diameter. So that means we have 5 and then squared. So it's like that, and that is 25 pi. Okay, again, whatever answer that you get, you must remember that it has to be centimeters squared because the diameter is given with a unit in terms of centimeters. I hope you guys understand that part. Before I move on to another one, let me just check with you guys in case if you do understand what we have done up to this point. We've got some comments there. Okay, that. Okay, so let's see. Guys, any questions on what I've done? Any questions on your side? Or does
No,
it
sir.
make sense?
No, sir.
Up to this point. We are all okay, nay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 100%. So this is the most important part. That okay, the Manahil, I see you've raised your hand, honorable member. You can unmute and ask that question. Manahil, can you hear me? What's your question?
Yes, I don't understand uh, the parts when you work out the area of the circle.
The area of the circle. Okay. Don't mute yourself, honorable member. Let's maybe start it from here. But this part of the area, do you understand it, Manahil?
Yes,
Yes, you know a pi on your calculator, isn't it? You can see pi on your calculator, isn't it?
yes,
Yes. Now, let's get to the radius. Do you agree, Manahil, that if you have a circle from the center there to there, this is the radius. Do you agree on that part?
yes,
Yes. And then if it's from the circumference passing through the center and then getting from, so that means from there to there, it is the diameter. Do you agree?
yes, yes,
Yes. So on this example that we are given, this exercise, what is the diameter there? Is 10. Do you agree?
yes.
Yes, but the radius is half of the diameter. What is half of the diameter?
The radius.
Yes, it is the radius, but in terms of a value, what will be half of the diameter there being 10 centimeters?
Sorry,
So what will be half of that diameter, which is 10?
5.
Yes, that's where that 5 is coming from.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Now it makes sense, ne? I do hope that it makes sense. I will just lower the hand. Okay, and then from there I'll mute all, and then I'm going to say no, just so that we make progress. I think the honorable member understood that example. So now I'm going to train you guys on something very, very much important. If you can master this one, trust me, any type, not necessarily any type, but you will be able to work out most of the exercises. So, okay, I'll keep it simple and say, let's say we are given this shape, a triangle, which is a right-angled triangle. And then this side, it is 5 centimeters, and then that one, it is 12 centimeters. That is A. Let's say this is a B, and then that point is C. So guys, remember, when it comes to the perimeter, you must add all the sides. You must take that side, add it with that side, and add it with that side. So the problem in this case is that we don't have that other side. And this is where now you must use theorem of Pythagoras. There's this thing called theorem of Pythagoras, which says, you see this side which is opposite that 90 degrees. It is always the side opposite to, it doesn't matter if your right-angled triangle, not a good shape. Let's say it is given like that. It doesn't matter how the shape looks like. You just know that this side, which is opposite that little square there, that side, we say that side squared, it is equals to the other side plus the other side. That's what the formula says, meaning this side squared will be equals to, you can just take this side squared, you plus it with that side squared. So this is now a new formula that you will always use when you are dealing with a right-angled triangle. That's if you need this formula. Just like now, we have two sides, we don't have that other side. How are we going to use this formula? So that means that other side that we do not know, we can just take that other side, just plus it with that other side squared. Then the next step, it is to just say R. Remember, it is the R that we are trying to calculate, meaning we need to remove that. How do we remove it? You will always remove it by putting a square root. Then you rewrite that exactly as it is. That is the simplest way to use this formula. So you firstly write the formula, then you substitute with those two sides that you know, and lastly, you just square root everything. You just need to remember to rewrite R there. It's like you're saying, now I'm removing that and I remain with the R. Then you punch all of this on your calculator, you will know what that other side is. Maybe very quickly, let me work it out. So it's going to be square root 12, and then you have that. Remember to do the squares, and then you have 13. So that means this side that we do not know, it is 13. You see, now we have everything that we need. Then we can calculate the perimeter. What will the perimeter be? We just say 12, we plus it with 13, we plus it with 5. You must always remember to start with 33, the formula. Again, when it comes to the area, you write the formula. Okay, maybe let me write it. The formula, it will be half that you multiply by breadth, that you multiply by a perpendicular height. So, meaning we are having half multiplied by, you can say 5, and then multiplied by 12. The answer that you get, it is your area. Let's see, half of 12 is 6, 6 times 5. Okay, 0.5 times 5 times 12, that is 30 years. So that means you're having 30 centimeters squared. So the most important part of this exercise, honorable members, is for you to make use of that formula in order to calculate the unknown side, which we found it to be 13. So let me check if you've got some questions for me. Otherwise, if not, I will very quickly show you an exercise that was supposed to be a bit more complicated, which we will look into that on our next lesson. So guys, any questions for me based on what I've done? Alice, Newo, Katleho, Bosisiwe, Mihlali, Mihle, Mhluri, Nomcebo, Taku, Sange. Guys, are we all okay there? Ningasabi, honorable members, in case if you've got a question.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Ningasabi.
sir.
Katle wa kushisha kuwe mna.
Nothing.
Yes,
Ska
sir.
chaba ra kushishi mna uchisho sa kushishi rithaloza.
Mm.
Nomcebo, ungabe konke kuhamba kahle lapho. Ungasabi. Okay?
Sir.
Looks like konke kuhamba kahle. Okay. then it's fine. So honorable members, very quickly, I need to wrap up this lesson, but this is an exercise which I would like for us to very quickly have a look at. It's not the best shape. Maybe let me just, yeah, it doesn't need to be 100%, as long as it will explain what I want to explain. We have that, and they say that meaning equals to that. Okay, so we are given this as 18 centimeters. We are given that as 5 centimeters. Again, this as 5 centimeters. And they say this and equals to that. Okay, remember guys, we're still calculating the perimeter and the area. So this is where it gets tricky, honorable members. Let's try firstly analyze this thing that we are given. Number one, it looks like we have 3 shapes connected together. Shape number 1, according to me, it is a triangle. Shape number 2, what will this one be? Maybe before I get to number 2, number 3, it is a triangle. But let's look at that number 2. Since this side is equals to that side, is equals to that side, is equals to that side, is it not a square, honorable members? It looks like it is a square, meaning all the sides are equal. So according to me, automatically, it means this side, it is also 18 centimeters. Also this one, 18 centimeters. Even this one, 18 centimeters. So now, now it means I don't know what that side is. I don't know what that side is. But this side is connected to a triangle. Why can't I use theorem of Pythagoras to calculate those sides? So that means I can use theorem of Pythagoras because I have the 5, I have the 18. So that means I can have that 5 squared, I plus it with that 18 squared, and then I say r is equals to, I just square root exactly that 5 squared plus 18 squared, which is, okay, very quickly, let me work it out. Square root 5 squared plus 18 squared. I'm getting something as a decimal. Okay, I'll round it off and say 19. Let's say this side, it is 19 centimeters. Oh, okay, automatically it makes this one 19 centimeters. Why? Because again, this side is 18 and that is 5. So I think now I've got all that I would need, honorable members. Why? Because I can use the area when it comes to the perimeter. I will use triangle number 1 to calculate the perimeter. I will plus it with that one of a square, meaning the perimeter for calculating the square. I will also plus it with that triangle number 3. Yeah, we can just say this is triangle 1, triangle number 3, and then this is a square. So you calculate the perimeter for that, the perimeter for that, perimeter for that, you add them together. Even with the area, you do the same. Area for triangle 1, you plus it with the area of that square, and then you plus it with the area for that triangle number 2. Yeah, that's how I would work it out, honorable members. But without us having to work it out, this is how you analyze how you would work it out. Meaning, very, very much important that you fully understand how to use this formula and in which instances are you going to need it. So guys, I think this brings us to the end of our lesson for today, but I just want to check before I end this lesson if we are all on the same page. So I have a question. Okay, looks like we've got a question from the WhatsApp. Where is that honorable member? I don't see. Guys, any questions for me before I sign out? Who is that? No, but Noah is gone. Any questions, honorable members, or are we okay up to this point?
Yes, sir, we okay.
Sir, I have
Yes,
a
sir.
question,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, very quickly go for it.
Sir, could you please go to the previous slide?
Oh, okay. Yes, go for it, honorable member. What is the question?
Sir, the one before this one.
Oh, okay, that one.
Sir, for the perimeter, sir, how did we get the 33 centimeters?
33, I think I took that 12, plus it with that, plus it with that. In case if it's not correct, you can correct it, but you just plus those. Let's see, it's 12 plus 13 plus 5 is 30. Oh, yes, it looks like it's 30. Okay, a very good indication that someone is paying attention. So that means you were actually correcting my mistake there, honorable member. It's not like you had a question. Am I right in saying that Newoza?
Yes, sir.
Who was it? I think it was Newoza. Yes, 100%. Okay, guys, I actually need to start a lesson with a grade 10 honorable members. So I'm just going to end this so that they don't join the wrong lesson. So guys, until we meet again, I'm going to end in case